everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Thank you so much for coming by today. I want to bring you guys along because I have some DIY projects I want to tackle today out in my backyard, and I want to show you some of the things I picked up and just kind of bring you along for this summer sort of DIY get it done day. I shared with you guys in my backyard tour this really beautiful ceramic bird bath that the previous owner left. It's a little broken and it needs some TLC. Some of you suggested that I turn that into a planter. I thought that was such a great idea, so I bought some things today to do that project, so I'll be sharing that with you. And then also my husband and I found a great deal on a teak patio set. And that's what we're doing now on our patio. The teak set does need a good clean and another layer of oil. Teak needs regular conditioning and stuff like that to stay nice. I was grateful to find one in our budget secondhand. I love Facebook Marketplace for that. It really helps. Anyway, I have some great plants that I got on clearance. My local nursery had a 75% off sale, so I'll show you what I picked up. Most of them were $1, and then one of the herb plants I got was I think $3.50 or something like that, but great prices, and I can't wait to get them in my yard. Let me show you. Okay, so this one is a sage herb, and I got this one for $1 and some change, and it might need a little TLC, but I think overall it was in pretty good shape. And I'll plant that, and we can use that herb in our cooking. And this one is a potato vine, and what I'm hoping is that this will kind of pour over the side of the planter that I want to do. Here, let me focus for you guys. There we go. So I've had these before in planters, and I love that they can kind of spill over the side. So this one was only $1 and change as well. And this is another sage. I really wanted to find some flowers for that bird bath, and there weren't many left that still looked like they were gonna maybe make it. So this one, although it looks a little rough, I thought it still had some pretty pink little flowers. This one is a begonia, a wax begonia. My son was with me, my little guy, and he loved this one. He thought this was such a fun plant. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of it, but it's Bumble Blue, which I thought was adorable. So it has a very fun flower. So we got those two for my little planter project I'm hoping to do. And then this one was the one that was $3.50. This is mint. And I know mint can kind of take over, but I love it. It's one of my favorite herbs, and I had not been able to grow any. So I'm hoping I can put this in a pot and keep it contained, because I know it can kind of take over, but it's spearmint and it just smells so good. So I'm hoping to use that, dry it, make tea with it, just enjoy it in water, that kind of thing. So that's the plan with the plants I got. So I think on these I spent, I think it was like $5 or $6, and those was only like $4 altogether. So I felt like that was a really good deal for all that I got, and I hope that they work in my little planter project. So I'm gonna go outside and get going on that. So here is the top of the bird bath. You can see it's got a pretty significant hole where a piece actually broke off, and it's got a crack down the side. And this is the base, and I just love the green and the sort of patina of the ceramic coming through. So I started off just giving it a good wipe down, especially where I was going to put any adhesive or anything to kind of fill the cracks, and just making sure that that would stick well and that it would work well together. So I just ended up using the E6000 to kind of help me with some of the cracks. I looked into a few different kinds of adhesive, and apparently this will work. So I also added a little bit to the outer rim of the bird bath, mostly because in the wind we had seen this fall over a few times. So this was one of the ways that we were going to try to prevent it from breaking any further. And altogether, it looks adorable. These are the supplies that I used. I already showed you guys the flowers. I have a little bit of some planting compost left over from my beds, and these I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and they're to go in hanging baskets, but I thought I could cut them and manipulate them to fit the bird bath, and I put a little bit of cardboard over where that hole is in hopes that that hole could provide the drainage, but the cardboard would protect any dirt from falling through. And then I cut into those liners to kind of make them stretch out a bit and layered them in the bird bath, so for the most part there was something under the dirt. And added the dirt in the compost and added flowers, and I want that vine to kind of cascade over the side, so I put that kind of on the front and layered the flowers. The begonias came in little separate containers, so I actually separated them in the planter as well, and they do have some damage on them. I'm hoping they do okay, but I think the little purpley blue and the pink are very sweet together. And here it is in my yard. I did dig into the ground to level it and sort of dig the planter down into the hole a bit, also to hopefully stabilize it a bit with the wind. And it looks so lovely. It adds just this little bit of cheer and interest to this corner of the yard that was kind of blank and bare. And I was also hoping it would provide visual balance for the peony bush that's on the other side of this little flower bed. Now a few days ago we had the mulch in, but the liner wasn't distinct enough for me. Like, I felt like the edge between the grass and the mulch wasn't clear enough. So the previous owner left all kinds of rocks. So my son and I went and added them around the edge, kind of like that cottage style that you see. It kind of brings in more of the story of the previous owner to the house and made it personal for us too, because we arranged them in the way that we liked. Oh my, whew, all I can say is wow, it is hot out. It's 100 degrees today and I am a hot sweaty mess after doing that project, but I'm so happy that it turned out. I think I'm going to have to wait on doing the other outdoor projects until it's cooler. So right now I'm inside enjoying some ice water, and I thought I would share with you some things I have picked up for my home. These are some things I picked up at Dollar Tree when I was there getting the things I needed for the plant project I just did. I found these, and these normally come in a 2-pack, so they were in a 3-pack bonus pack this time, and we use these for lunches, and I've used them for a few years. We've only ever had 2 break over those years of a lot of use between my husband and my kids and I, and so I bought a few more of these. So this was new to me. I've never seen this before. It's another little lunch packing deal, but it's got an ice pack at the top. And I thought these would be great too. So I grabbed 3 of these, and then I was kicking myself that maybe I should have grabbed more. I love that you can put them in the microwave at school, or you know, just keep something like fruit cold or yogurt. I love stuff like this because then you use less of the throwaway containers, you know, like Ziplocs and things like that. You use less of them. You can bring these home and wash them. And that works really well for my family. My kids are pretty good about bringing things home, my husband as well. So we have a stash now, since all 3 of my kids will be packing lunches next year. I also grabbed this Jot drawer organizer set for my junk drawer. I have organized it probably 6 or 7 times since we moved here, which is just too many. I obviously need more containers. I just have a few in there and it's not working. So I thought I would give this a try. I loved the color and the fact that you got so many little containers for the $1.25 now that it is. So there's a big container this size and then 3 of these little guys, which is perfect for like paper clips, thumbtacks, keys, or whatever. So I'm looking forward to using that. I also grabbed cleaning supplies. I saw this and I have a Swiffer where I have to throw away and buy new fluffy things for, and this one is just one that I can kind of wash out and keep reusing. But I have ceiling fans now in this house, which I greatly appreciate. It does help with the heat. So I would like to have something that's a little bit more permanent and more affordable to maintain, and I did give it a try. Let's see if I can find the dirty spot. I don't know if it's gonna show up, I don't think it will, but I ran it across the top of a door and it did well. It got a lot of dirt. So I'm happy with that. And I always buy gloves at Dollar Tree. It's just the best deal. And I have that patio table that I need to give a good clean to. And I have a set for bathrooms and a set for dishes. And I thought I would have a set for outdoor dirty cleaning. I always get a size large, even though a medium fits fine, just because I find that it lasts a little longer if it's not so snug on my hand. And I grabbed this as well at the Dollar Tree for that patio scrubbing project. What I've read with cleaning Teak, you want to have a good scrub brush, and you can just use Dawn dish soap with some warm water to give it a good scrub down. So that's my plan. I have plenty of Dawn because it's my favorite cleaning product. So that's my Dollar Tree haul. Lunch packing things, cleaning supplies, and a little organizing set. I also got a new planner for the coming school year, and I got this one off of Amazon. It was $9, I believe. I'll link to it down below. I've really simplified how I do planners. I just get one that's simple, has weekly and monthly. I don't do any fancy stickers or anything like that. Just basics. This one has the yearly overview, the holidays, which is nice, contacts, which I keep that in my phone, so I don't think I'll use that, but that starts in July, which is great because we still have a few more weeks in July. I love all this room to write all my things, all my little checklists. I like to write my to-do lists in my planner, so this will be great. And I loved this cute floral pattern. It felt very like vintage rifle paper company kind of vibe to me, so this will be my planner now. The one I had before I just got at Walmart is very similar, so things like this just work super well for me. Later on in the evening, I went out with a bucket full of warm soapy water. I just used a good squirt of Dawn and that scrub brush and the gloves I picked up at the Dollar Tree to wipe down our Teak set. I did the chairs as well as the table. The sun was going down. It was so beautiful. I had to show you all. But before the sun went all the way down, I popped over to one of our garden beds and popped in those sage plants. I've been struggling with this bed because the quail keep getting at this one. So I'm hoping, because these sage plants are bigger, they'll leave them alone. And I'm really pleased with this clematis. It didn't look like it was going to make it earlier in the year. Something got at it and was eating it, but I think it's doing well now. My raspberry bush has started producing, which has just been really lovely. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. It was such a pleasure having you here today. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here at the Sweet and Simple Home. You guys take care, have a beautiful summer, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye!